You don't feel lost because you have no direction. You feel lost because there is too much noise. Every day, someone tells you who to be, what to want, what to chase, what a good life should look like. And it happens slowly, quietly, until one day, you realize something feels off. But you don't know why. You wake up in the morning, and the first thing you reach for is your phone. Not because you decided to. Not because you need it. But because your mind already expects stimulation. Messages. Notifications. Content. Opinions. Before you've had a single original thought. Your attention is already somewhere else. And later, when you feel confused. When you feel disconnected. When you feel unsure about your life. You call it being lost. But you're not lost. You're overwhelmed. Most people say, I don't know what I want anymore. But that's not the real problem. They do know. They just can't hear it. Because clarity doesn't survive in noise. And modern life is full of it. The world never shuts up. Your phone vibrates. Your screen lights up. Your feed refreshes. And every refresh brings a new idea of who you should be. Be more productive. Be calmer. Be richer. Be more disciplined. Be happier. One moment you're told to slow down. The next moment you're told to work harder. So you jump. From idea to idea. From goal to goal. From version of yourself to another. Without ever becoming one. Slowly, you stop choosing. You start reacting. You don't decide what matters anymore. Whatever is loudest takes your attention. Whatever feels urgent feels important. Whatever feels easy feels acceptable. Distraction doesn't feel dangerous. That's why it works. It feels harmless. Comfortable. Entertaining. It doesn't attack you. It dissolves you. You start things with excitement. Then you abandon them. You feel inspired. Then bored. You commit. Then hesitate. Not because you are weak. Not because you lack potential. But because your mind is never still long enough to commit to anything deeply. A distracted mind can consume. It can scroll. It can react. But it cannot choose. And without choice, there is no direction. Choice requires silence. And silence has become rare. So instead of choosing, you drift. From idea to idea. From desire to desire. And drifting feels exactly like being lost. You look at your life and think, why do I feel stuck? But you're not stuck. You're scattered. Your energy is spread across too many inputs. Your attention is pulled in too many directions. Nothing has space to grow. A seed cannot grow in constant movement. It needs stillness. It needs time. So does clarity. But the modern world teaches you the opposite. If you feel confused, it tells you to search more. More content. More advice. More opinions. So you scroll more. You listen more. And somehow, you feel even more lost. Because clarity doesn't come from adding. It comes from removing. What if you're not lost at all? What if the path is there, but buried under constant noise? What if your confusion isn't a lack of purpose, but a lack of quiet? Discipline has a bad reputation. People hear the word and imagine suffering. Cold mornings. Hard rules. A life without joy. So they run from it. They choose comfort instead. And comfort feels good, at first. Comfort lets you sleep late. Comfort lets you avoid effort. Comfort tells you there is always tomorrow. But comfort never asks where tomorrow leads. Discipline does. Here is what no one tells you. Discipline is not punishment. It is protection. It protects your time. It protects your energy. It protects your future self. Without discipline, life becomes random. You react instead of acting. You follow instead of leading. You consume instead of creating. And slowly, you lose respect for yourself. Not because you failed once, but because you stopped showing up. Self-respect is built through action. Small action. Repeated action. Honest action. Discipline is simply choosing to respect yourself before life forces you to. Most people think discipline limits freedom. They are wrong. Discipline creates freedom. Think about it. When your day has structure, you don't waste energy deciding what to do next. When your habits are clear, you don't fight yourself all day. When your standards are set, you don't negotiate with weakness. Freedom is not doing whatever you want. That is slavery to impulse. Real freedom is being able to do what you should, even when you don't feel like it. That is power. A disciplined life feels calm. Not exciting. Not dramatic. Calm. Because chaos is gone. Your mind knows what comes next. Your body follows. Your energy flows in one direction. Most people never experience this. They live in constant friction. Every task feels heavy. Every decision feels exhausting. Every day feels unfinished. Not because life is hard, but because they live without rules. Rules don't remove joy. They remove confusion. And confusion is what drains you. Discipline is not about doing more. It is about doing less. But doing it well. It is about removing noise. Removing excess. Removing distractions. And focusing on what matters. You don't need a perfect routine. You need a consistent one. Consistency beats intensity. Small discipline, practiced daily, will change your life more than extreme effort once a month. Most people fail because they aim too high and stick to it for too short. They want transformation overnight. Discipline doesn't work like that. It works quietly. In the background. While no one is watching. While nothing exciting happens. That is why most people quit. They don't see results fast enough. But discipline is not about quick results. It is about identity. Every disciplined action sends a message to your mind. I am someone who shows up. And that message changes how you think. How you move. How you see yourself. Over time, your confidence grows. Not loud confidence. Quiet confidence. The kind that doesn't need approval. Because you know what you do when no one is watching. Discipline builds trust with yourself. And that trust is everything. Once you trust yourself, you stop doubting every decision. You stop waiting for permission. You stop looking for motivation. You move. Life becomes simpler. Hard, but simple. There is a difference. Hard with purpose is easier than easy with regret. Regret is heavy. Regret follows you. Regret waits until it's too late to change anything. Discipline asks for effort now. So regret doesn't control you later. Most people don't realize this until years pass. Until they look back and see wasted time. Wasted potential. Unlived strength. Discipline prevents that future. Not by making you perfect, but by making you honest. Honest with your time. Honest with your effort. Honest with your limits. Discipline doesn't care how you feel today. It cares about who you become tomorrow. And who you become tomorrow depends on what you do today. Not what you plan. Not what you promise. What you do. If you wait to feel ready, you will wait forever. Readiness is built through action. Not thought. Not motivation. Action. You don't need to change everything. You need to change one thing. And repeat it. Wake up when you say you will. Start when it's time. Stop when it's planned. Simple rules. Hard to follow. Easy to respect. Discipline does not remove struggle. It gives struggle direction. Instead of random suffering, you get chosen effort. Instead of chaos, you get control. And control restores energy. That is why disciplined people are not tired all the time. They may work hard, but they rest deeply. Because their mind is not fighting itself. Their life has shape. And shape creates stability. Stability creates calm. Calm creates strength. Most people search for strength in motivation. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is not. Discipline shows up even when you don't feel like it. Especially then. That is when it matters most. If you want a different life, you need different rules. Not more inspiration. Not more comfort. Rules. Rules that protect you from distraction. Rules that protect you from weakness. Rules that protect you from regret. Discipline is not extreme. Neglect is. Structure is not harsh. Chaos is. And one day, sooner than you think, you will either thank discipline, or you will live with regret. The choice is made every day. Quietly. In the small moments. In what you tolerate. In what you delay. In what you avoid. Discipline is not loud. But it changes everything. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And that will be your life. Unless you decide otherwise.